Former professor and accused UNLV gunman Anthony Polito claimed on a website that he had solved the famous Zodiac killer serial murder case. Polito, 67, who also went by the name Tony Polito, was named by ABC News as the 67-year-old college professor accused of opening fire at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas campus. Sheriff Kevin McMahill said in an evening press conference that the suspect, who has not been formally named by authorities, is deceased, and the motive is unclear. The Zodiac is one of the nation's most feared and mysterious serial killers, stalking the San Francisco area in the 1960s, sending codes that many have tried to break. The serial killer is tied to 5 slayings in the late 1960s in San Francisco, and the Casebreakers team thinks he committed a 6th. The Zodiac claimed to have killed many more. Many people have tried to crack the Zodiac's ciphers and identity over the years. Many other suspect names have been floated for the Zodiac killer over the years. You can see a list of other names at history.com. 3 people died and another is in critical condition after the gunman opened fire on December 6 at the business school building on the UNLV campus, the sheriff said. He died after a shootout with university police officers who responded to the scene, according to the sheriff. On a website using the name Tony Polito, the retired professor claimed to have solved the Zodiac killer's famous cipher, naming a well-known suspect, Arthur Lee Allen. That's not only the mystery he tried to solve. Polito also posted an article he wrote called, "What Really Happened to Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370?" This theory posits that MH370 was a failed radical terrorist hijacking, with the intent of using the plane to destroy the twin Petronas towers in Kuala Lumpur, the page says. Here's what you need to know. On the website tonypolito.com, Anthony Polito wrote in a lengthy discussion of the Zodiac killer's cipher. He also wrote, Polito noted, first, in the San Francisco Chronicle version of the July 31, 69 letter delivering the 408 cipher, Zodiac plainly stated that, "In this cipher is my identity." Arthur Lee Allen was a schoolteacher who was the only publicly named suspect in the Zodiac killer case according to USA Today. Arthur Lee Allen was a schoolteacher in Vallejo, California, and is the only suspect to be publicly named by authorities in the case of the Zodiac killer. Allen was institutionalized for sexually abusing children in 1975. He was never officially identified as the Zodiac killer, who killed 5 people and then mailed ciphers to the news media. According to Screen Rant, Allen was the most likely suspect on a truly baffling case. Oddly enough, he died of a heart attack before he could be charged. As Zodiac's ending shows, it was generally accepted on circumstantial evidence that Allen was the killer, so the case went cold after his death. According to Screen Rant, however, Screen Rant reported that Allen's handwriting did not match Zodiac's. However, Allen is not the only suspect who has been identified by sleuths in the famous Zodiac killer case. For example, Gary Francis Post was a California man who was named in a press release as the notorious Zodiac killer by a team of 40 investigators and experts who call themselves the Casebreakers. The Casebreakers are made up of journalists, former cops, and military investigators who have volunteered their time. According to The Hill, Post died in 2018. Online records show he had an address in Groveland, California, died at age 80, and was affiliated with a painting business. He was married. In 2020, one of Zodiac's cryptic messages was cracked by another team, according to the New York Times. I hope you are having lots of fun in trying to catch me, and I am not afraid of the gas chamber, the coded message said, the Times reported, citing the work of David Oranchik, Sam Blake and Jarl Van Eyck, who broke that cipher. Tony Polito described himself as a semi-retired university professor. On LinkedIn, he called himself Tony Polito and described himself as a semi-retired university professor, living in Las Vegas, Nevada. According to his LinkedIn page, Polito received a PhD from the University of Georgia Terry College of Business, a Master of Business Administration from Duke University, and a bachelor's degree in mathematics and statistics from Radford University. According to the Associated Press, though, the professor unsuccessfully sought a job at the school. Polito previously worked at East Carolina University in North Carolina, according to his LinkedIn page, which described him as an associate professor there from 2001 through January 2017 in Greenville, North Carolina. A biography page on his website says, Dr. Polito's academic instructional affiliations include the University of Georgia, University of Northern Iowa, East Carolina University, Wake Forest University, Roseman University of Health Sciences and Brenau University. During his academic career, Dr. Polito has directly instructed nearly 6,000 undergraduate or graduate students of management. The majority of his students evaluated the quality, effectiveness of his instruction above 4.5 on a 5.0 scale, over 80% evaluated such above a 4.0. The page adds, Dr. Polito has contributed to academic, intellectual knowledge in the form of 15 journal publications, 34 conference proceedings and 26 conference presentation. Read next. Neighbor accused of burying missing Indiana teen in homemade box in backyard.